It is 7:20. I'm about to head to work, and today for this video I wanted to explain what I've been up to, what my new job is, and kind of just give you a visual of everything as much as I can. Unfortunately, I can't really run around my work with a camera and use it for my own purposes because I have to be respectful of other patients there. So I'm going to try to verbally explain what I've been up to and talk about my job because it's pretty interesting. I work at a plastic surgery institute in Beverly Hills, and for someone who's very health oriented, kind of an advocate, really an advocate for self-love and promoting positive body image, that might seem a little weird to you. For people who don't really know me that well, it might seem kind of contradictory to work at a plastic surgery institute while being an advocate for a positive body image, but for people who do know me really well, you understand that that goes hand in hand with everything that I believe. I'm going to talk about that more when I get back from work and talk about everything that I've learned, because I have learned so much from working at a plastic surgery institute, and it has, if anything, furthered my advocacy and passion for body image and self-love. And I want to talk about how I maintained a positive mindset while working there, because it can be very easy to get hard on yourself when you're staring at before and afters all day. So I just want to talk about how I refrained from letting that get to me and my mindset. And I think that it's kind of a really affirming moment for me, knowing that I can work there and be submerged in that industry without it really affecting how I view my body. So, gonna talk about that in a few. Let's go to work. Actually, I'm gonna eat breakfast.
No fun in the old days. I'm such a romantic. I never remember how things really happen. I guess you're attractive or something. Live in the moment, that's what they tell me. But whatever happened to when you would hold me and hold me and hold me? Girlfriend or girl that's a friend, it's easy just to pretend that we don't have something real. It's just how we feel. We feel. Oh, it's just how we feel. How we feel. I'm feeling something right. I'm feeling something right. I'm feeling something right. I'm feeling something right.
Daddy's home. Hello, I am back from work. I am a day smarter. I am a day more experienced, wiser, sweatier, smellier from riding public transportation. Nonetheless, I am just a whole new person. And I would just, anyways, where's my food? I was gonna eat because I need to do that. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's have a candlelit chat. Where should I put this now? I don't know what my plan was with this. Oh, she's really burning. So let's get into it. I wanted to talk about my journey thus far working at a plastic surgery institute. That's a pretty wild, wacky concept, I think, for anyone. But I think in particular, specifically for me, people that know me are kind of a little bit confused as to why I'm working at a plastic surgery institute. Being someone that's such an advocate for body positivity and self-love. But if you really know me, you know that this goes hand in hand with what I believe in. So let's talk about my job. I was hired 2 months ago, right about the time that I stopped posting videos on YouTube. I decided that I was going to post videos every single day literally the day that I got my job. Obviously, as soon as I became employed again, I didn't have nearly as much time, so I dropped the idea of doing daily videos because I was now focused on this new job. And now I think I'm pretty comfortable in my new job, and I have been super antsy because it has just been eating me alive that I haven't been working on my own projects, and I just don't think that's any way to live. Of course, you know, we all have to work, we all have to make money, but I can't stand to see myself put out all this creative energy into a company and not my own personal projects. Of course, I love my job, I love what I do, I love exerting that energy towards that practice, but I also want to make sure that I don't forget about my own personal projects. So here we are. Back to what I was saying, I got my new job 2 months ago. I was sought out on Indeed. I received a message asking if I was interested in the job. I responded to her the next day. She called me, and she called me in for an interview 3 hours later. And they hired me on the spot. So the whole process of getting this job literally happened within 12 hours. And so it was very quick, and it was a quick 180 from my plan of just focusing on YouTube. Literally within 12 hours, it turned into getting this new job, which is so great, and I'm so thankful for it. And I've learned so much, and I have so much more that I want to talk about on this channel because of that experience. It's called the Roxbury Institute, and basically I am in charge of all of their social media accounts and creating any sort of content, working on brochures for them, creating short videos for social media, taking photos of patients. Sometimes I help out with before and after photos, and I also work with some social media influencers that we have come into our practice, and I create content from their visit, and I work along the side of all the doctors there to kind of showcase their work in a creative way. It's a really unique experience. I never thought that I would end up in something like this. I remember one time when me and my mom were walking around Koreatown. I was still getting settled into my new apartment, and my mom saw a plastic surgery institute, and she said, "Oh, what if you ended up doing social media for them?" And I laughed because it's so stereotypical, and of course, you know, here I am. Let me start off by saying that what I'm doing is nowhere near the stereotype of plastic surgery. Nonetheless, a plastic surgery institute in Beverly Hills. I know from the sound of that, it probably sounds super shallow, but from the start, the owners of the institute have let me know a bit about their morals and their beliefs about the practice, and that is to stray as far away from that cliche Beverly Hills stereotype, and they are all very down to earth. And I say Plastic Surgery Institute, but there's so much more to it. All in all, just scratch out Plastic Surgery Institute and replace it with Comprehensive Health and Wellness Center, because that's basically what it is. They do everything from liposuction to stem cell therapy and everything else in between, nutritional counseling, facials, laser treatments, and it's been a really educational experience. I've learned so much that's not only relevant to what I studied, what my degree is in, which is communications and health promotion, but it's also a great way for me to combine my love for creativity and content creation and combine that with my passion for health promotion. It's really not just selling plastic surgery to people, but even if it was, I do still condone that because I think that everyone is deserving of doing whatever they want with their bodies. Living with body image problems or just appearance issues is so debilitating, and if someone can afford to do something about it, just let them. I don't get why people get so worked up about it. It's just exhausting that people care that much about what other people do with their bodies. Only issue I would ever have with someone getting plastic surgery or getting any sort of cosmetic work done is if they claim that it's natural. I know not everyone wants to go around town saying that they got cosmetic surgery. It's okay to be private about it, but you know, it's not uncommon to see people claim that they have the body that they have because they're gym rats, or that they were just born with a perfect complexion, or I don't know. That's my only thing, especially if someone's a public figure. To be honest, if they are asked about something that they got done, because if you're a public figure, I just think you should take on that responsibility to not lie to your fans, to your audience, and lead them to think that your hours spent in the gym gave you that body, when their hours spent in the gym doesn't give them that body. And it's just really misleading, and it can lead to a lot of more self-doubt and hatred for themselves. And I think that's the only thing that I would have to say about that, is just to have good etiquette about it. While you don't have to be super verbal about it, it's just to not lie about it. Having said that, knowing that I condone getting any sort of cosmetic work done, you might be curious as to how this affects me and my mindset, because I don't know, take a look at your job and what you do every single day and replace that with staring at before and afters and writing about and posting about and creating content, filming all about plastic surgery and potential enhancements and reconstruction and just anything that you can really do to change yourself. The concept of being able to change something about a body is presented to me like a million times a day, because it's what I do. I spend hours editing videos about liposuction, I film surgeries, and I watch it all happen before my eyes. And I stare at before and afters, and I see the results. I see social media influencers who get work done, and I see those results. And that position can be a very vulnerable thing if you are very unsteady or unstable in the way that you think about yourself. I think I'm at a good point, and I have a good mindset where it doesn't affect me like it would have if I had this job when I was struggling with body image issues and an eating disorder. It's been a really affirming 2 months for me to be in a place that could have been a very vulnerable place for me back in the day, but I really like how my mind has been interpreting things, and I like the way that I see myself respond to things. I have learned that, at least at my work, they treat diseases as well. The procedures offered there aren't all for cosmetic purposes. They treat autoimmune diseases. They treat a fat disease called lipedema, which I will go into a little spiel about in a little bit. People might think that it's superficial because they profit out of making people want to change themselves, and I just think that's just not it at all. It's helping them achieve an either healthier or a more ideal version of themselves, whatever that is to them. I've just gained a lot of respect for the industry that I'm in right now, and especially of the owners of the company that I work in right now. Throughout these past months, I've just gained an enormous amount of respect for both of the owners, and I truly think that the universe lined up for me for this one. I don't know what the plan is, I don't know how long I'm going to be here for or what the future has in store, but I just know that I was meant to experience this, because I think this experience working in this industry has been nothing but helpful to my self-esteem, and it has strengthened and challenged my mindset about self-love. Furthermore, it helps me help other people. One of the accounts that I run is for the fat disease lipedema. It's called Lipedema Society, and it's just a group of women who are dealing with this disease. The disease is mainly in women, I spend a lot of time creating content for these women that are struggling not only with their health and being able to function and move properly and live their fullest life, but also help them keep a good mindset. And I think that's just right up my alley because A, it's another way to empower women, B, it's health promotion, and C, it is about body positivity because it's a fat disease, and these women all have lipedema, which is diseased fat in their lower half of their body, primarily in their thighs, their butt, and their calves and ankles. And they can't lose that weight through diet and exercise. You can be the fittest person in the world and still have that fat on your thighs. And it's commonly misdiagnosed as obesity. It's still misdiagnosed as obesity. And this disease isn't just some cellulite. In early stages, it might look like that. In stage 1, it might look like that. But when it develops to stage 3, like these women can't walk. Some of them end up in wheelchairs. It's sad because right now, not enough people know about this disease, where it gets written off by doctors as obesity. They tell them, you're not eating right, you're not exercising enough. And these patients are so frustrated because they tell them that they're trying their best, they're dieting, they're exercising, and the fat is just not coming off. Not only do they have this excess fat that they can't get rid of, but it's painful. It hurts their legs, and it really just takes a toll on their day-to-day life. I'm so happy that I've been able to learn about this disease and work amongst my boss, Dr. Amron, who is such a highly regarded authority in lipedema, because he's one of the few people that do treat it. So it's quickly become a new passion of mine because obviously I love being able to be an advocate for body positivity and health, and that's exactly what this is. There are a few reasons why people can't lose weight even though they try their hardest to. One of them being metabolic issues and hormonal imbalances. They often get written off as obesity, and it's not fair to the patient, to the person dealing with that, because oftentimes they don't even know that they are dealing with a metabolic issue, with a hormonal imbalance, with lipedema, and they have all of this excess weight that they can't get rid of. And that's hard on someone, and it's hard that they keep just getting told to diet and exercise and that the problem is them. I'm just so happy that I've been able to learn about lipedema because it goes right hand in hand with what I want to promote and be an advocate for, and that is women empowerment, health, and self-love, body image. And also, it's not rare. 11% of women in the US have it. That's 17 million women. And that's a lot of people. And some of them don't even know it. With that being said, it's pretty evident that my job, it's not superficial. There are parts of it that are cosmetic and help people feel extra good about themselves, and it's the cherry on top. But a lot of it really is focused on general health, lipedema treatment, and stem cell therapy, and a bunch of other procedures that do more than just make you look pretty. And even if they are there just to make you look pretty, I am okay with that. Like I mentioned, I film surgeries. I film liposuction surgeries. When you hear the word liposuction, you assume that some celebrity is getting a scandalous procedure and is claiming it as weight loss. But now I know that liposuction is a treatment to a disease, which is lipedema. There's no other way to permanently get rid of the lipedema fat without liposuction. There's ways that you can cope with it and help the symptoms, like decongestive therapy, nutritional counseling, IV therapy, and a few others that I can't think of right now. But liposuction is the one way that you can actually get rid of the fat, because it's not responsive to diet and exercise. And I don't want to claim that I know everything, because I don't. I'm just a social media coordinator at a place that performs lipedema liposuction, but I have learned a lot, and because a person like me ended up in a place like there, and a person like me does YouTube, I want to be able to share this, because this is a big part about what I want to do with my channel. And I think that this disease is a very important one to be shared, and I think more people should be an advocate about it and spread awareness for it, because it's not rare, but it's just very unknown right now. And unfortunately, a lot of women who are dealing with it, like I said, they can't get rid of it completely forever without liposuction. Liposuction is expensive, and unfortunately insurance is not covering it at this time, which is very, very frustrating for the patients. I've met a lot of lipedema patients, and I have communicated with them through social media. I've witnessed their frustration through social media, because, you know, I can't just say, hey, go get liposuction, because it's obviously not affordable to some people. Well, that is my ranty ramble, and I think that I talked about almost everything that I wanted to. Maybe I'll talk about it again, because it's cool. It's cool. I do cool stuff. But in other news, although I've been enjoying what I do at work, I'm excited to keep filming videos and creating stuff every single day, hopefully. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more, because I am really trying to get this channel in motion. So please watch, please give me your feedback. I don't want just views, I don't want to just explode on YouTube. Whenever I do ask for people to watch my videos, it's because I want to interact, and I want to get feedback, I want to create discussions, and I want to learn about the people watching my videos. I really want it to be a resource for people, so I want to know what people take away from my videos. Even if it's just a stupid, funny video, I want to know what you get from it. So please give me some feedback, and start some discussions in the comment section. And yeah, that's it. Okay, thanks for watching.